Welcome back. A 16-year-old boy has died after being stabbed by a 14-year-old from a neighbouring school in Alexandra. The incident is said to have taken place at a house in the township yesterday. Let's get some details now with the Gauteng Department of Education spokesperson Steve Mabona. Steve, thank you so much for making time. What happened here?
Good afternoon, Clement, and to all our viewers. We are actually expecting police to advise us or to probably give us more details on what might have transpired. But with the information at our disposal is that a 14-year-old girl who studied at the Polo Shore Secondary School happened to have allegedly stabbed a 16-year-old boy who is at Alex High. So that's what we have at our disposal, and we understand that the boy Lena was then taken to a medical facility in the area, and unfortunately he succumbed to the injuries.
What do we understand about the relationship between the two? Were they friends? Were they in a relationship? What do we know?
No, we don't have that information, currently. Probably the investigation will then assist us on what is it that we have here. That's why it is challenging for us to even, say a lot about this. Fair to say that we had to convey our condolences to the family, and hence we had to confirm and say, violence in our schools is not something that we will tolerate, and whether learners are in our environment or they are at home, they remain learners and they belong to our schools. So that's why we said that SGB must then investigate this matter and take necessary action, because these are our children, though we will call upon parents to assist us, because if things like this happen at home, then it means as parents as well, we have a role to play to make sure that our children know that you cannot be violent, whether you are at home or at our school environment.
Have you dispatched counsellors to go to the school where the 16-year-old used to attend?
We have done so today, but we feel that they need to continue with the process. So we said that they must continue on Monday, make sure that they take necessary action in terms of the support that is required at the school, because you have classmates, you have educators that were teaching this child, you have the entire school community that need to be taken care of. So that's why we felt that today might not be enough, taking cognizance that we learned very probably midday, and we had to action. So we felt that probably on Monday, they need to go back to the school and make sure that they, do that necessary counseling and the support, all those that will be in the schooling community.
And I suppose what's also just so saddening about this incident is that just a week or so ago, there was another incident at the Polo Shore Secondary School where people was also stabbed, but this time around on school grounds.
It's so sad that that child will only be buried tomorrow. So you can imagine, the representation of the school from Polo Shore, there's educators and SGB members that have left actually, today for Eastern Cape, because that child will be buried in Eastern Cape. So while they are on their way, they hear now that one learner from their school allegedly stabbed another one from another school. So it's quite sad, and that's why we say as a society we need to do more, make sure that we don't perpetuate violence. We make sure that our children know that even if you are angry, even if something bad happened, you don't need to resort to violence.
Yeah. Thank you for giving us details. I know the details are still sketchy. You're still waiting on more information from the police, but thank you for coming through and telling us what you know so far. That's the Gauteng Education Department spokesperson, Steve Mabona.